Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. Hopefully, you are well and rested, and so are your families too. And for those family members who I see in the comments, right, your main priority was helping the children. Hopefully, the post in the community will give you some sort of relief pertaining to those thoughts, as there's still work to be done, but that is what it is. Also, y'all, this is very important. I was watching a young lady today and it really stuck out to me, okay? Pertaining to teaching, right? She made a statement and it's very true. You cannot teach spirituality, but what you can teach are for individuals or energies, okay? Which is you, family. You're a human having a human experience here, okay? Within this 3D realm. You can teach energies how to go inward. Okay. It's not me trying to teach you, right from wrong, good from bad, positive from negative, because you already know all that. It's about teaching you how to go inward to find the answers that you may seek to certain things, especially when you're experiencing things in life that you do not understand because you haven't even gone inward to understand it. Okay. So I was so glad when I saw that because it was like, when I say I'm a teacher, okay, um, that means to the experiences. Okay. For many that have experienced gang stalk and didn't know what it was, I can speak to it. For many that have gone through, betrayal from friends, family, foe, jobs, bosses, I can speak to it. Okay, that type of energy, right? That's why I often say light and dark is over here. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, you have yet to subscribe and you can vibe like that. Okay, sometimes I come in hot and sometimes not. What that means is I do cuss and curse, I speak the truth and call out names when God is too. If you can vibe like that, allow me to be the first to welcome you because it is very important for a lot of people to understand. Okay, yeah, being spiritual doesn't mean you're walking around all holy. Okay. Your spirituality is linked to you and who you are and your unique self. That is it. Discovering yourself, who you are. Okay. Um, and then as you evolve, meaning you learn about the sicknesses that are here in today's world that we have been taught to ignore, didn't exist, or it just isn't it's infathomable. Okay. No. All right. That's what many are awakening to. That everything that we were taught, right, that didn't exist, it really does. Okay. And it's for you to go within and see how you can resolve the things internal to you so that you can deal with the things external to you. Hmm, okay. All right. So I feel like, many, and I see that in the comments all the time, and I'm so grateful for that. And thank you. Many have said, the readings have helped them, yeah, to decipher and discern, or to decipher and discern what is going on in their life, right? Like, figure it out type energy. And I'm grateful for that. Those are big old confirmations. Okay. So thank you. All right. But yeah, there is an energy out here of like double standard. Okay. Different people are held to different standards. Okay. And I feel that. Okay. I feel that. And that's why I feel maybe Spirit wanted me to say that because I did just look over and look at that. And I'm like, okay, so when I say I'm teaching over here, I'm teaching you about things that you may not have experienced that I have. A lot of people don't believe in blacklisting. A lot of people didn't know about gang stalking, but it happens when you offend individuals who feel they are held to a higher standard than you, in a sense, people that abuse their power. There's been a lot of abuse of power, and it mainly comes from the GOV. Well, we're slicing and dicing that down, okay? All right. Um, and don't think it's gonna stop. It's gonna go on for the whole 4 years because you've got corruption everywhere. Okay. And it's gonna go on for the whole 4 years. This is just the beginning. All right. All right. So thank you. Hit your subscribe. Don't forget, because your girl's fighting against AI into my A12 or my day ones. You know how we about to get down. Because y'all, there are some topics that I don't really, whew, they're hard for me to speak to because there's some things. I'm gonna tell you, my spirit team and my spirit guides, they're a little different. I feel that they do come from a very warrior background type of militant energy. And there are some energies that they just won't allow you to speak to because it's not a spoken to type thing. It is a more of a take action type thing. Mm. Message. Okay. So I know, I used to see family, they probably done left. They be mad because I won't cover the child missing type topics, but it's just because my spirit team knows that's not a topic we speak to. It's a topic we take action on. Hmm. I've said over here, and I don't know how often, but maybe not often enough. The energy over here is no women, no children, no elderly type energy. Now, I ain't gonna say all women though, because you got some treacherous ones out there, family. Okay, message. All right. So, thank you for being here. I love y'all for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, hitting your notification bell, dropping comments below as they help the channel to grow. All right. Donations are always appreciated. Anything you want to know about the channel, you can check out the description box below by clicking more twice. It will expand it and everything should be in there for you. Any questions you have pertaining to services, donations, etc. Everything you've been doing for the channel thus far, I am grateful. And I did post in the community the six gift awardees, and you ain't got to worry about it because I didn't make nothing. They all coming in packages. Y'all bless y'all stuff when you get it. Heard, heard. All right, let's jump in. Let's jump in, family. Divine, at this time, I ask that you provide us with protection during this read. I'll read it all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity being projected towards myself or the Soul Tribe family, any evil, I ask that you strike it down and cut it down as we too strike it down and cut it down, clearing, canceling it, and releasing it back to the universe. Ashe and thank you. Okay. And when I say the graces before, all right, I am praying to the most high externally and internally to you. Okay. If you did not know, yes, you are gods. Okay. And goddesses. Just, keep the feminine side there. I know some folks be like, no, I'm a god all the way. Okay, well, hey. Whew, I'm trying to be as layman as possible. So yes, y'all, this double standard energy is here. Okay. There was different people. Okay. Were held to different standards. Now, the standards that these people were held to were supposed to be a standard of high honor, a standard of, being official for the job, the duties that they were hired for. These people, I feel like, yeah, I can't make it up. There's a shocking discovery about these people. A shocking discovery, okay? Not only is it on the way, but it's happening. Many more to come. Didn't I just finish saying this is about to crack off for the whole 4 years? There's going to be an unexpected revelation here. Yep. Shocking revelations will change many's perspective, okay? Many's perspective. A lot of people are starting to see this cultural difference thing, but I feel something else is here. We're going to get into it. What is this, spirit? So it says bridging differences. Yeah, a lot of people are about to unite through their differences, literally. I feel like we have already been through this challenging part of our cultural differences. I feel like we are in now the growth part. Because I feel like many energies are getting ready to realize divided you shall fall. Mhm. And I'm not laughing at nobody, family, but them are facts. And I feel like, they have seen a lot of energies have experienced and seen that this division, many have fallen. Because they refuse to come together. Yeah, many have fallen. Why? Because they drifted apart. They drifted apart. The connection between you and someone is fading. But this is not just you and someone, this is many family. Okay. I feel like this energies and the energies that be over here is just not one individual person or anything like that. My spirit team picks up on like for real across sea energy, across the nation energy. Hmm. And that is exactly what's happening. Yes. And see, look, I can't make it up. Look, I just shuffled my deck and I'm gonna just pull from the top. Thank you, Spirit. Make the messaging easy. Make it, clear and concise. I am grateful. Yeah, that is. Look, this revelation that's coming up, rumor has it, right? This rumor could be dealing with people in your circle, okay? Rumors are flying in your circle, okay? It could be dealing with somebody in the circle. It could be dealing with many, because I'm telling you, I feel like this information that's coming up, you're gonna be shocked to find out that some of the people you were dealing with were behind, a lot of things. And it's gonna be the ones where you were like, wow. And then as it comes in, you're gonna be like, I knew it, I seen it, I thought it, I felt it. But you just kind of, you know what I'm saying, family? I feel like there's gonna be a lot of connections here because let me tell you, it has to start at the top. When these rings break out and all that weird stuff, it starts at the top. It's somebody that got some money that's into the weird shit. Okay. And this is somebody that stays keeping their appearance up. This is somebody that's very charismatic. This is somebody that you know what I'm saying takes pride in themselves. And this is this crowd of people. Okay, this is this crowd of people. I feel like there's going to be a lot of indifferences and growth too when it comes to this. Yeah, because I can't make it up because these are shared experiences. Not all of them, but many of them are. And I feel like people are getting ready to be shocked to find out just how shared these experiences are. It says here, shared experiences deepen the bond between you and others. And this is what is happening. And these appearances here, okay, I feel like that's coming from, people prejudging, right? Everybody may have looked at you and looked upside your head like you were just the abomination of all abominations. Right. Yeah, look, I can't make it up. They was looking up inside your head because you wasn't part of their inner circle. Come to find out, their inner circle's fucked up. Quick disclosure: I do cuss, I curse, I speak the truth, call out names when guided to. Yeah, their inner circle's fucked up. Yeah, aren't you glad you were excluded from that weird shit? Because see, they were keeping up an appearance to trying to basically have all eyes elsewhere but on them. That's like, oh, this is the perfect analogy of that. You know what? Have you ever walked in a store and everybody looking at you thinking you about to steal something, and because they watching you so fucking hard, half the store done walked out with they shit? Mhm. I feel like the spreading positivity. Okay, so remember I started off and I told y'all in the beginning of the reading, yeah, light and dark, good and bad. Okay, is over here, right? There's nothing wrong with spreading love because that is what it's going to take to resolve some things, and that's how you've been moving all your life, family. But you also need to understand that love is not always the answer to some things. Depending on what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with, the circumstances, and who and what all was involved, what was the intention, and what was supposed to be the outcome. That's when you get to the discerning where you place your love. hmm Yeah. Ooh, I can't make it up. Looked over again. That's be them hidden agendas. Okay. Those hidden agendas? Exactly. Okay. You got a lot of people out here that, yeah, they have shared experiences. Okay. Someone has a hidden agenda and a motive. But see, these are that was the rumor too. That's going around too. Yeah, their hidden agenda and their motive has been unveiled. hmm Many had a silent understanding to where you were coming from. See, these are the people that sit back and listen and they know exactly where you coming from, but they ain't saying nothing. But they know where you coming from. They get it. They understand it. And some of them even respect it. Many of them respect it. But see, a lot of people, because of these differences here, They bring they bring information differently. It's communicated differently, right? There's some people that will not say the shit you will say. They be like, "Oh Lord, no." They be like, "Oh my God," you know what I'm saying? And that's where these indifferences and differences come together. That's where the growth is. Because see, family, you don't mind not having a filter. There are some people that were raised like that. Oh, don't say this, don't say that. Carry yourself like this, carry yourself like that. Now, I'm not saying you don't carry yourself the way that you should, but you carry yourself the way that you should. Real. You ain't got time for the effery at all. So you're not afraid to say the things that these people were out here to, they were afraid to say, but they definitely had a silent understanding. They sure did. The unspoken understanding creates a deep connection. hmm And that's where I feel like many are getting ready to start to connect and grow outside of their differences. It's not going to be looked at like, oh, well, this or that anymore. It's actually going to be a connection because there's actually a duality here, I feel. Mhm. And this is something that's going to be happening in the near future. And that could be what they're bragging about. I mean, that could be what they're bragging about, family. Is that in the near future there's getting ready to be a connection? I feel like this connection has everything to do with um, getting along, coming together for a common good, a greater good. Mhm. This will be healthy for everyone, and others will envy this. Other countries will envy this. I feel a unitedness coming on. Seriously. Interesting. And I feel like some of you already know the tea. Some of you already know the tea. Yeah, you already know the tea on this one. And that's why people are so ready to defend what it is that they believe in. Huh. They're playing. Yeah, many are out here ready to defend what they believe in. Exactly. That could be family. hmm People believe in family, family life. Okay. And this is what inspired this action. hmm This is what inspired this action from the root of earth. Everybody pretty much it boils down to one thing, family. Whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, you still got family. And that's one common thing everybody holds dear to them or should. And sometimes I get it. You know, you got the ones where you be like, I'll never talk to them again, but even that too shall pass for somebody. You know, they done piss you off, they hurt your feelings, they do shit to you. But at the end of the day, which is a saying I cannot stand, but yes, at the end of the day, that's still your family. So, yeah, you be like, mm-mm. And I mean, hey, and there are still people that really don't mess with family, and that's good. Because I'm telling you, the divine is going to keep away from you who should not be around you. Yeah. In order for you to be able to continue to alchemize and transform and change, the divine will keep, okay, people away from y'all, away from you and y'all. And it's coming from the ocean, the Magi, the Magi. hmm So, yeah, for those ones that you don't reconnect with, that's fine. They ain't supposed to be around you anyway, family. But for those of the ones that you can help if they listen, ugh, only if they listen. And you're not trying to tell them what to do. You're just letting them know through your experience, through your lived experiences. Okay. You're trying to inform them of what to expect. You want them to see what you see head on. You want them to see they're blessed. They just got to tap into it. They're blessed. They just got to tap into it. You want them to see what you see head on. Hmm. I feel many of you are protected, very protected. It says last quarter moon in Capricorn. Yeah, leave the past behind. I'm telling you, that's what you got to do sometimes. You're going to have to leave the past behind. It's going to take some strength to do it and focus. As it says here, you are going through a transformation. That is requiring you to remain strong. This transformation is requiring you to remain strong and focused. hmm And I feel like, some of these energies are coming out of their double standards. They are starting to see where, they need to bridge the difference. Yeah, somebody saw they needed to bridge the difference. Ooh. hmm And something about your strength and your focus. It's like your crown chakra is protected. Yeah. And then you got shadow at the bottom of the deck. Yep. Trials and tribulations. So I feel like, family, you have been through this. You've been through all of this. You've been through trials and tribulations. You've dealt with people with hidden agendas. You've been through all of this. That's why you can speak to it. That's why you can teach to it. Mhm. Now, I'm not saying you can teach to everything. That's why you ain't gonna hear me talk or speak to everything. But I am going to speak to you about the things that I know about. Mhm. Yeah, root of water. Yeah, because some things are highly sensitive. Didn't I just start out by saying, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I'd be like, woo, because honey, I got kids. So there are things that you just don't speak to. You just take action on, right? And that's that high sensitivity. Some of y'all could be water signs, okay? Very emotional energy out here, cup energy, okay? Emotional energy. Very tapped into your intuition as far as relationships, no matter what they are, whether they are, love relationships, partner relationships, family relationships, okay? You're into that type of energy. And that's why some things, they're highly sensitive. So it may not be spoken. Some of you may be, it may be difficult for you to speak to certain things. But I feel like you're also being very respected because there are unspoken understandings, okay, that many can agree with you on. They just ain't willing to say the shit you're willing to say. That's all that is because of their careers. Because of their careers, but wait, family, you be having their ass cracking up because they be like, that part, family, you be having them cracking up. No doubt about it. Yeah, there's a lot of unspoken understandings that deepen a connection. And somebody understand and understands where you're coming from now. And with that understanding, that just means that you know this now with that, and I just heard that spirit. Thank you. They had to stand down and see where you were coming from with something that you had spoken. It was like you had more experience on something, or you had more knowledge about something. And then that is where this energy of duality and bridging differences and understanding through a deeper connection, maybe from your side, your point of view. Okay, maybe it was your words. Your words triggered this understanding type energy. Okay, tell me more. Yeah, you have out here the ocean of harmony, balance, harmony, inner peace, and synchronicity. Exactly. See, a lot of people could synchronize with you. You may have been speaking it in your language, maybe not just say, when I say your language, okay, we all have different words we use and say, okay? But through your language, through your layman terms, through the way you broke it down, it was understood and understood. Okay. Then we have the ocean of the soil, grounding, stability, and nurturing. I feel like that is the space in which you brought your case. Mhm. That is the space in which you brought your case. Mhm. That's how it allowed for energies to move in towards you. Yeah. They were allowed to move in towards you because of the synchronicity. This feels like a resolve. Look over here. This is a balance. This is a balance. Yeah, this was a balance. hmm I feel like within this balance or within this discovery, within this revelation, this unexpected revelation, shocking news, everything coming out, people that are starting to, bridge their differences through, harmony, peace, and synchronicity, everyone wanting pretty much the same thing, just to have it be peaceful. Okay. We know there's still going to be some things going down, but shit. Not like how it has been, right? But nevertheless, what I am picking up here with that energy family is that, and through all of this, okay, someone ended up getting a crush or having some sort of crush on you, okay? I can't help but put a smile. I can't help but smile every time I think about you. I almost said I can't help but put a smile on my face. So somebody is, this could be somebody that's walking around serious faced all the time, but every time they think about you, you bring a smile to their face. Probably something your ass done said. Because, like I said, family, you say things that other people are afraid to say, but it is what it is, and the truth will set you free all the time. And some people just don't know how to break it down to where it's like, you know what? That is the God's honest truth. You damn right it is. You ain't over there lying about nothing to nobody. Yeah, you ain't out here trying to be ooey. What is that? The matriarch. But it says here, nurture the harvest. See, you're not ooey. Listen. Now, listen. You're not out here trying to be the matriarch to nurture the harvest. Keep game. This is what I'm telling. The way you nurture your harvest is something totally different. You're not out here to try to nurture the harvest of what they've been pushing for the last 70, 80 years. That's not the harvest that you're nurturing. You're nurturing the real, the true, the honest, and I mean the truth. Like you gonna speak your truth. Ain't nobody gonna stop that. You're known for that. You're known for that. You're known for brazenly speaking your truth and being fearless as well when speaking it because you know it's facts. And can't nobody do nothing but respect the facts. Straight up family. I mean that's just law. You know what I'm saying? That's just law. It ain't like you out here trying to run no game. It ain't like you out here trying to tell nobody nothing that they already know, but they just choose to move the way they choose to move type energy. hmm They know right from wrong, good from bad, left from fucking right. They know that. They know that. hmm But they turned a cold shoulder to it. Okay, I feel like there was a lot of cold shoulder energy out here because they were being allowed to run rampant. When there's no order, ooh, honey. Let me tell you about it. When there's no order, family, all things are bad. hmm Because you have individuals and energies that are around. Look, dang, thank you, Spirit. Look, I'm over here playing with this Ashin deck, just looking over, and everything's coming out. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, when you have energies that are not in alignment with the Most High's plan, purpose, you damn right. That's a bad influence. Okay, so someone was having a negative influence on everybody's life, not just yours, family, everybody's life. Somebody was out here with a real bad influence on everybody's life. And and look, I have said it 100 times before. What you do to one will affect all. Facts. Facts. You're going to take the brunt of that some kind of way. Some kind of way, the brunt's going to come down to affecting everybody. Trust and believe me when I tell you that I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Mm-mm. That's why they say be mindful for your actions, for people's actions, because I look at people and I'm like, damn, how you gonna judge me? But ooh, they've been judging you so long, family. Now they turning around and they getting judged. Now the shoe is on the other foot and they're like, oh, yeah, well, shit. I've been saying this whole time. Stop what you doing. Hmm. Now you have people that really do want to confess. They want to confess the truth. They want to confess that they was trying to, tango with someone else in a sense of speaking. Maybe, make a side deal, cut you out of the deal type energy. Putting on a facade in front of you until the shit got real. Until the shit got real and got publicly exposed. Mhm. You have a lot of people out here wanting to, make their confessions, okay, pertaining to all these little side contracts, these side deals they made with other people to cut you out of possibly expanding into this leadership position that you're in. You're already in it. Hmm. They wanted to keep you from it, but you're already in it. You can speak to their ass. You can speak to their shit. And wait for it. You can speak to the new administration too. Ah, yeah, ain't no facade. It says a facade of concern. Someone's concern may not be sincere, hide an ulterior motives. You ain't worried about that. Didn't I just finish saying you know about the new administration's energy too? That part, okay? You know about these unspoken tensions. That's why they're called tensions, because they're feelings that you can feel because you're an empath. Yeah, tensions lurk beneath the surface. Oh, please. You can care less about the tensions. The tensions have always been there. They're being publicly exposed now. Facts. Okay, private matters could be exposed even more than what's going down now. Man, when I told you you got all kind of stuff, wait, it's about to come out. I'm telling you, it's a whole bunch of people getting an education from a sugar daddy somewhere, honey, that's all the way married, okay? And these are some big wig politicians too. They got some clout. Look, that's gonna come out next, but they might just pay them off to shut the fuck up. That's what I'm hearing. They're gonna get paid off to shut up, and this come flying out. Yeah, jealousy, self doubt, and inadequacy. I'm telling you. See, because a lot of people jealous because you look how my ocean. I love to say that. Look how they be speaking. Yeah. See, a lot of people they know you know the truth, family. They know you know the truth. They jealous of that shit too. Because they know, yeah, you speaking right on into existence the next time. But they're gonna pay off a lot of people to shut up. Grimes didn't fall on that pay scale. Too bad. Grimes didn't fall on that pay scale. A lot of Elon's baby mamas didn't fall on that pay scale. Hmm. But there are some men out here that they paying off their mistresses, paying off their college degrees and everything. Hmm. All of a sudden, there's going to be a lot of paid off debt. That's what I'm hearing. Hmm. Yeah. Cleaning, cleansing, rain, emotional release, healing, renewal. And that's another thing too, family. You ain't like she said, you don't gotta cleanse all the time. I do because I do readings every day, all day long. So you damn right, I'm gonna be cleansing left and right because I'm pulling on energy from all over the world because we're all connected. So when you pull on energy like that, yeah, you better cleanse as much as possible. Okay. But, like the young lady was saying, there's something here with the cleansing. You don't have to do all that if you're not around that. Now, if you over here because you want to know what's going on and you want to see the real and then you want to go verify these readings, baby, keep coming and send more people. Hmm. because it's coming back out. It's coming out. There's some more stuff that's going to come out, but right now they are paying off people to keep it on the hush. But just because they paid them off, don't think these people ain't going to come back out before this 4 years is up. They're going to come out and let everybody know that they got paid off to shut the fuck up. Mhm. Mhm. And someone's going to pay them to come out with it. Yeah, because that's how they're going to try to overthrow some shit. Oh, okay. Yeah. They're going to try to overthrow the government. By them having them come back out, yeah. And then unmistaken motives was in the reverse. Shit, look at this. This is look. I'm not gonna play with the ocean, the ocean deck. I just keep shuffling it. Yeah, look. Unmistaken motives. Some people's true motives begin to surface. These are no mistaken motives. Yeah, somebody's gonna pay somebody because they want to overthrow something. They want something to go back to the way it was, so they're gonna pay a few people to come out and tell the truth about what happened. And they are gonna do that because now that they got what they wanted, they're getting ready to try to, set it up to where, hmm, okay. I heard that. To where they overthrow it and they're going to have people come out and speak about the money they got. Interesting. Okay. I don't know where that message came from. Only take what resonates. Yeah. The protector. Oshun, the protector. Yep, safety boundaries and setting and courage here. And then we have, yes, the ocean of ancestors, sacred lineage, belonging, and family. So there's some things that are going to come out. Yeah, hidden truths. I can't make it up. Facts haven't been fully revealed. Yeah, there's going to be a hidden truth to come out. Some people are overthinking this now. They're wondering what it could be. They're wondering how they could even hide it. But they can't hide it from your ancestors, your angels, and your spirit guides. So the thoughts and the emotions are tangled up in their head, leading them to overthinking. But I feel like you already know what's going on. There was a silent resentment there the entire time. Okay. So these unexpressed feelings of detachment or some sort of dissatisfaction or some sort of simmering feelings beneath the surface energy, you already knew about it because you've already been double crossed once before. Hmm. Message. Hmm. Yep. You may face betrayal or being double crossed. Duh. It's already happened before. That gossip has spread. We already knew about it. Rumors are spreading quickly. Duh. We already know about it. We already know they're not loyal. They never have been. Now other people are finding that out. Now they see in the smoke and mirrors. Hmm. Now they see in the smoke and mirrors. Yeah, so don't be fooled by appearances, right? Because as you see, keeping those appearances up, keeping themselves looking like they're on the up and up don't mean shit. They always send us some mixed signals, okay? The signals from someone are unclear. How about many people are unclear? It's because they're going to have an ego check. And as soon as that ego check happens, they will go through their resurrection, they'll go through their rebirth, they'll go through their transformation and their renewal. This could be Father Water here. Mm. King of Cups energy. Okay, balance and harmony. Maybe with this Father of Water. This is the Father of the element of water, King of Cups. Maybe this is a King of Cups that's going to go through a resurrection that brings in some sort of balance. Yeah, because it has something to do with a lot of the unfiltered truth. Okay, the unfiltered truth. Okay, this is where the duality happened. This is where the bridges of differences came together through someone who was just speaking their unfiltered truth. Mhm. And that's going to be the real story. The true story will come to light. That's why a lot of energies are stepping into their authentic self, showing true self courageously. Yeah, because I ain't lying about it. It's about to be some breaking news on this one. Hmm. A surprising revelation, a surprising revelation will shift many's perspective. Hmm. All right, y'all. So hopefully this message resonates. I'm gonna leave it here for you. All right. I love you and the divine loves you. And until next time. Oh, you know what I love to say, but let's close out right first. Divine, thank you so much for allowing us to be here. I ask that you provide us and keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.